Oh wait, I didn't start yet. Okay, it's working. Excellent connection. I am gonna push go live. Am I live? Okay, I think I'm live. Let me just check real quick. This is kind of a test because I have no idea. Okay, we are live. The Hurricane HQ. So yeah, we're back to Hurricane HQ. Today we'll be doing our live U.S. weather update for January 27th, 2021. And yeah, let's get started. And today we'll be joined with.
Hi.
So yeah, we'll be joined with Danilio and Travel WX. And yeah, let's get started. So what should we start off with? I guess we'll just start off with the current U.S. Watches and warnings. So right now we're looking at the current U.S. watches and warnings from the National Weather Service right now, and you can see we're seeing a lot of very messy weather on both the West Coast and the East Coast. So let's first actually start off with the West Coast right now. So yeah, there's a lot going on. It looks like they're dealing with a winter storm right now. Winter storm and blizzard warnings are up. As you can see, in these red areas are blizzard warnings, and these pink areas are winter weather warnings. And in these light purples are also winter weather advisories. So anywhere in these areas, you can be seeing some snow. Hello from Germany. Okay, welcome. It looks like we have some storm warnings, it looks like. Yeah, we have storm warnings, high surf warnings, gale warnings, and small craft advisories for the west coast of the U.S. It looks like we have flood warnings, flood advisories in these areas, and flood warnings near the San Francisco Bay Area. And now let's head over to the East Coast. So the East Coast is going to be dealing with a lot. There's this winter storm that's going to be moving through into northern North Carolina and South Virginia right now. In these bright pink areas are winter storm warnings, and in these light purples are winter weather advisories. So we could be seeing winter weather probably anywhere in this area. And we probably could even see a few flakes as far down as South Carolina. We could see a few flakes, although no accumulation is expected for anywhere south of North Carolina. Also on the East Coast, we have a lot of gale warnings, including a hurricane-force wind warning over here, which will most likely be caused by this winter storm. And let's see what we have over here. We also have a special marine warning in this area. This cold front is pushing through and definitely bring a lot of severe thunderstorms and even tornadoes. Earlier, we were tracking a tornado that made the touchdown in Tallahassee, and it did decent damage to the Tallahassee airport and actually knocked out the radar tower. So yeah, that definitely mixed up those forecasts. So is there anything you want to say?
Well, I would like to point out that what's going on the West Coast is ongoing of an atmospheric river, which I don't have studies on it, but I do believe it's moisture content being brought into the West Coast, although I am probably mistaken on that one. But it is part of an atmospheric river that we are seeing with energy in the upper levels moving into the West Coast and causing this winter storm that we're watching, blizzard warnings, and I believe a lot of snow that's going to fall in the mountains of the California.
Yeah, I
Of the
believe up to
California.
6 feet.
Some
Yeah.
areas, yeah. If Sebastian would have been here, he would have told us everything on it.
Yeah. Maybe later, do another stream or something with Sebastian. And it looks like over here in Boston has like, what is this again? Freezing spray advisory. So I guess like the waves freeze while midair. I'm not sure what that means, but it's interesting. There are also gale watches up there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of wind offshore on the East Coast. So now we're going to take a look at both winter storms. I guess right now we're going to look at the model animator in weathermodels.com. Let's see, we're going to do the European model first. And we're going to go for the East Coast.
Another thing I would like to point out, though, is that the timing of this blizzard on the West Coast, it does seem like it's going to last from Tuesday evening to Friday morning. So it's already underway. And we are seeing potentially up to 5 to 8 feet of snow with blizzard conditions.
Yeah, very strong winds, too, in some of those areas. So yeah, now we're going to take a look at the precipitation type for the East Coast right now, and we're just going to start off, and we're going to go ahead in time. We're not going to go too far, but far enough so you could see the current and future winter storm. Once this loads in. Alright, so this is, it looks like in 6 hours, or this will be in 1 hour. We can see our winter storm, which is right over here in this area. It isn't as powerful yet over here. There's no watches and warnings up for it yet. But once we go into the 12 hours, it begins to start to get more organized, a bit more snow, and it looks like we're even seeing a rain snow line over here. 18 hours, it gets a lot more heavy, the snow in some of these areas. A bit more south, near the rain snow line, so we'll have to be watching that to see how much those areas get. And then once you go to 24 hours, it looks like it's going to slow down a little bit, but it could definitely bring a few flakes into South Carolina. I would say more central, north South Carolina could see a few flakes, but mostly northern North Carolina is going to be seeing some of that heavy snow. Some areas up to about 6 inches. And we could be seeing snow showers all the way up into southern New Jersey, Pennsylvania, whatever. And then, yeah, now we're just going to go into the future a bit. So, over the next 48 hours, it just mostly moves out. And once we head into the 96 hours ahead, we can start to see our new winter storm here. This definitely does look huge in size compared to the other winter storm, and definitely has some very heavy snow to the north and the east. So once we move to the 102 hours ahead, there's a lot of heavy snow, especially near the rain in the very south. Is where you'll see most of the heavy snow. But yeah, you definitely could still see some snow in North Carolina in the next week, probably over the weekends or so. Now we're going to move on to 114 hours ahead. And now you can see most of the snow is to the southwest or northwest of the system here. And let's just move on to 126 hours. And you can see a lot of that snow is to the west now. Although we could see some very high totals in Northern Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., possibly Pennsylvania. It looks like that rain snow line is moving into northern to central New Jersey. And even parts of New York could be seeing some of that. Once we move into 132 hours, you can see we're going to start seeing a bit more snow in Maryland, Pennsylvania, and north to central New Jersey and Long Island. Moving on a bit, it looks like most of the snow is going to move more north Jersey, continuing into Long Island as a rain-snow mix, and basically in this entire to the west now, there will be a lot more snow. Now, if we move into 144 hours ahead, we can see it definitely begins to move offshore, and this is where we could be seeing a bit more snow off along the coastline. Right now, we're looking like some ice and sleet from Boston all the way into Washington, D.C. area, and yeah. So if we move on to 150 hours now, it looks like we could be seeing some snow to the northern New Jersey, into most of New York State. We'll be getting some snow, with the heaviest of it being in northern Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. I have no idea. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So now if we move on to 156 hours, we could be seeing a lot of snow in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. Well, everywhere more to the west, it's going to be mostly a bit lighter, especially in New Jersey, in West Virginia, and as far out, even into Canada, could be seeing a few flurries possibly from the system. When we move into 162 hours out or ahead, that snow is really concentrated in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and northern New York State. I would say especially in Maine and parts of Canada, you could be seeing some of the worst. And once we move into 168 hours ahead, most of it moves out of the northeast, mostly concentrating it in Maine and Canada. And as it continues, most of it just moves out, as you can see here. And then we also have another chance for another winter storm coming in around 240 hours out. But that is way too far out to make an accurate prediction, so we'll get to that possibly in a few days. But yeah, that's mostly what's going to happen according to the European model. We can show the GFS real quick. I'll be a little quicker with that. And Danilo, do you have anything you would like to add?
Well, I would like to add that based on the winter storm warning areas that we're tracking North Carolina are looking at potentially up to 4 to 6 inches of snow. So they're going to see a little bit of accumulation there as well. As we have this trough which points eastward, it's going to bring a low pressure system with it that will rapidly deepen offshore. And that's what's also going to cause those hurricane force warning those hurricane force conditions just offshore of the Carolinas.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're going to see this potentially drop some snow in portions of North Carolina where we do have an effect right now. In some areas, we're expecting up to 4 to 6 inches. And with that storm, we're watching for sometime later this week into early next week. Really depends on what happens, but it's a little bit far out. But some major cities could be a big player into this, like Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia as well.
Mm-hmm.
All of that the chance for some snow out of this system.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
now,
far out.
yeah.
Right now.
So now I'm going to show the GFS model. I'll just be a bit quicker with this one. I'll wait for it to load in. This one goes really far ahead though. Wait for them all to slow in. Okay, well, let's just start. So it looks like once we get to... Gosh, what the heck? Okay, yeah, this is very laggy. Maybe I'll just wait a minute for all of these malls to load in. I don't know why the GFS has so many. I don't know. And never mind, it's the same. I don't know. Just looks like more. Oh, they have it. Okay, I see what they're doing. Okay, so yeah, let's start. So let's just look at the next 3 hours. So yeah, over here is our winter storm. Definitely brewing over here. So jump ahead another 24. Never mind. 15 hours. Once we're at 15 hours, this is definitely going to be starting to get some heavier snow in a lot of these areas, especially the more northern side of the storm. Once you get to 18, definitely gets a lot heavier. Some of that snow in North Carolina, and at 24 hours out or in, whatever, it looks like it's gonna mostly be moving out. Although again, we could see those snow totals up to, I would say, 6 inches at max in parts of North Carolina. And now we're going to take a look at the next system. So we're just going to jump ahead. So as you can see over here at 84 hours out, this is our next system, our next winter storm. It's not named yet, but it should be soon. And so this one, it's definitely going to be bringing a lot more snow, especially in the northeastern side of it. Jumping ahead to 102 hours out, it definitely looks like it weakens a bit, but it definitely begins to dump a lot of snow into the northeast, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even New York State. So once we go to 108 hours out, it definitely looks a lot weaker on the GFS, but we could still be seeing some heavy snow in Pennsylvania and upstate New York. Why is this not? And now if we head out to 123 hours out, it looks like there is some heavier snow on this part of the system, but it mostly looks like it's going to move out by about 126 hours away. So yeah, we could be seeing some decent snow totals in areas like New York City, Long Island, New Jersey, even Delaware. So, of course, Pennsylvania. So yeah, we'll.
I did not have a good day at all.
It's the tornado, right, in Tallahassee?
Yeah.
I tried to warn you.
I was at freaking school, man.
Oh.
You think I didn't know there was a tornado?
They probably locked the entire thing down, right?
I would think so, considering that there was a tornado warning there.
Yeah. We were tracking that. There was actually a tornado on the ground. It knocked out the radar tower. I was using it, and then it knocked it out while I was using it.
There was also a violent tornado 2 days ago, just north of Birmingham.
Hello. Hello.
In Ruby.
But boy, are we tracking a lot of active weather right now. It's winter weather.
And Sebastian, right now we're on stream. Would you like to talk about the winter storm that's going to hit the Northeast in the next few days, or the weekend?
Oh, Sebastian left. Oh, he's back.
You cannot say you have a crazier day than me. Because you would be lying.
Okay.
Wait, what?
All right, Sebastian, how about we talk about it after?
I almost died. It was a street over. I died almost. Anyway, what?
So do you want to talk about the winter storm that's going to hit the Northeast in the next few days?
Hold on. I need to hear over here.
No, we left again.
Yeah, that must have been some day. Sebastian was probably ready for it, though, you know?
Meh. One time, the West Central Florida area, specifically the top of St. Petersburg area, had like 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings. It's pretty bad that day. And no, it wasn't during Ada. It was actually when I had a marginal for the first or second time.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure Sebastian was like, I'm sure people were asking Sebastian, like, oh, what's the weather? What's going on? What's going on?
I was in school, so I couldn't ask any of those questions.
Sebastian would probably be the one who knows more than the teachers about weather. I know I do. Even the science teacher.
Am I a joke to you?
You? No.
Yes.
Why? Why would you think that?
I don't know.
Wait, wow, GFS is forecasting a Medicaid in the storm in the Mediterranean.
A Medicaid?
Yeah, storm in Mediterranean.
Okay.
GFS wants that. Subtropical or tropical storm. It seems that it starts out as a subtropical storm from the remnants of a storm that hits Portugal, and then it enters the Mediterranean and becomes and could become and can re-strengthen there. And it's also like not like one of those all those massive extratropical cyclones that keeps entering the Mediterranean. Wasn't one of those. See the satellite images to see if it's a subtropical or tropical cyclone for weather. It's also pretty far, 270 hours out. So
That's quite far out.
ooh.
Okay, well now I'm going to go to windy.com and we're going to take a look at some forecast. Now we're going to take a look at the U.S. weather right now. These are the live conditions we're going to look at now. Right now this is the current United States wind speeds. We're going to go in depth on those wind speeds in some major cities. So let's first start off with New York City. New York City wind speeds around 8 to 10 miles per hour in some areas. Now let's jump right over to San Francisco, California. You're seeing a bit stronger winds of nearly 15 miles per hour with gusts way higher, nearly 30 miles per hour.
Hello, so my thoughts on this winter storm, is that what I was asking? Oh, you're talking about California storm.
Well, no, the one that's going to hit the Northeast, but you can talk about the California one too.
Yeah, well, I don't think what Northeast one. Northeast one, it's pretty likely snowfall amounts will probably doesn't seem so all the way up to potentially 3 feet. Potentially something.
Current U.S. temperature.
Potential thing. Yeah, we're getting some autos that will show 3 feet work and stuff. There's a huge Australian cyclone. Definitely a very
International Falls.
in less than 115
California border at -4 degrees.
super close to a category 5 and less than there's like that 9
Seattle, Washington.
that wipes that doesn't
Current
that
temperature 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Extended forecast. Extended forecast. Extended forecast.
Why do you say extended for?
Miami, Florida. 83 degrees Fahrenheit. With winds of 7 miles per hour to the southwest and gusts way stronger.
You don't need to give. You don't. You don't need to do that for every city, do you?
Oh, I have to do every U.S. city. No, I'm kidding. Currents, rain, and thunder.
Well, great. The entirety of Florida's in a drought, likely. That's amazing.
Current weather
What is
radar.
going on?
Severe storms are affecting Florida right now.
The storm. Okay, Tallahassee would likely have gotten the worst. I'm not expecting any more tornadoes today. If we're guessing of what got the worst, I'm guessing Tallahassee would have gotten the worst. So far today, they've gotten the only tornado.
This is so disorganized.
I can confirm it did hit the Tallahassee airport and a train of
Who said that? I don't recognize that voice.
I don't know. I can confirm the tornado did hit Tallahassee
This
airport.
call is so disorganized.
Wait, I can confirm the storm that the tornado did hit the Tallahassee airport and some planes have flipped over. No injuries have been reported yet. But yeah, it looks like Tallahassee has gone the worst from this. It doesn't look like any other city will get the worst of this, as it doesn't look like we'll have any more tornadoes today. And this tornado is dropping in the southwest um, um, side of Tallahassee, and it was pretty damaging for it is strength, which looked to be an EF0, EF1, probably an EF1. It looks like because it managed to flip the plane over.
Oh my god.
So
That's
it's
that's
definitely very damaging. And if I'm
that's
right,
a
and
strong
like I said,
storm
I'm not
right
expecting
there.
Jack or any other city in Florida to get as strong as Tallahassee got, because Tallahassee got a tornado, and I'm not expecting any
Yeah,
other
and
city
everyone,
to
make
get a
sure you
tornado.
follow us on Twitter. The link is in the description. We post severe and winter weather updates 24/7. So yeah, make sure you follow us there because yeah, we post tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, and everything.
Social media team or something.
And cyclone updates whenever there's an active cyclone during cyclone
Yes,
season or the
cyclone
hurricane
weather.
season.
Everything weather.
Can I be on something like the social media team?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on making teams and stuff like that.
Okay then.
So, let's see what else there is. Also, severe weather season this year. I've been seeing a lot of analogs comparing this year to years such as 1974, 2008, 2011, which all of them had very big outbreaks of severe weather, especially before in 2011, which were the top two largest outbreaks in the United States globally, actually, where more than 100, 200 tornadoes touched down. Wow, states. So, what do you think analog compares to those of the years? That is certainly a concern because, and especially one thing that does support these analogs is they all follow the same path, and that is um, following a first year La Nina. Every
Mr. Crunch.
around mid to late summer, last summer, and it's still ongoing right now. But if this La Nina does strengthen, like the CFS model is, we could be looking at a big situation.
Mr. Hunter
But I'm
Media.
still not Twitter and don't know how to sign into account.
Mr. Hunter Media.
What the? Why am I here?
I'm not very sure.
Okay.
Mr. Weather Media.
Nobody cares.
It's 5 o'clock media. It's one viewer media. Okay, can we? All right. So,
can I join this team or something?
yeah. How about we end the stream now, and then we can talk about
Okay.
that. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to add before we end the stream?
I wasn't even aware that we were live streaming. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Anyone else? Danilo?
No.
Okay.
That's all I
Well,
have to say.
thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you subscribe for weather updates. We just hit 50 subscribers. Thanks for that. And yeah, make sure you go follow us on Twitter. We post live severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings, and everything else weather 24/7. So yeah, make sure you go follow us there and subscribe. Thank you for watching and stay safe.